Hello everyone, and welcome to Literary Gladiators, a show where we discuss and debate literature in all of its forms. Through its written work, its game, as the great Josh Caparelli would say. Anyway, this is another individual video by yours, one and only Charlie. For all of our new subscribers, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I hope you're enjoying the works we do, and whatnot. I hope you like the channel. Please feel free to explore. We have many videos, and we have more coming soon, so stay tuned. Okay, this is for another individual video here. My old one was a Native American legend tale. We're now going to talk about The Concise Guide to Paralegal Ethics. So, I hope you all have a big thing of popcorn in front of you. I'm kidding. Now, why did I choose this? I found out I wanted to take some more classes, even though it's really, this is meant for those who are going to study paralegal studies, those who want to go and study law and whatnot. Just, you know, I'm taking an online course. It's called Continuing Education Series, and I'm taking it through Rutgers University. They have a terrific program where you can go and get be certified in, several things. And I mean several, I mean quite a lot. There's education, history, even library science, which is really good. And you'll get a certificate for completing the program, or you'll be certified in it. There's a lot for employee relations, so it's really, really good, I think. And it's also, you don't need any experience. You don't need any prior experience. Or you might need some, you'll probably need high school, whatnot, or maybe a 2-year community, but that's, maybe your associates, and that's about it. But for this class, all you needed was the book, and you could do it online. The tuition was, get this, only $159. The book here, I got this on Amazon for maybe $7, so you can't beat that. You really can't. As opposed to paying $125 or whatnot. So why did I choose this book, and why did I even choose this course to take? Obviously, I'm not a paralegal, but I wanted to know a little bit more about ethics and the law, which was the name of the course. So I learned a lot about ethics and how paralegals and lawyers use those tactics to help win cases or to help settle other disputes. Now, this is it's the second edition. Therese Cannon is the author, and it's the Aspen College series. So these are very good. And I did complete the program successfully, but got the certificate in the mail. I passed with distinguished, so that means you passed. I did really well. I'm actually taking another one right now. It's something similar to this, but still. The book is it's a textbook, and it gives you it's a concise version. Okay, law students and those who are going to study medicine, law, other things like that. You don't want to see them. I personally would not want a whole stack of books. As much as I love to read, I would not want an entire stack of books from here to, as the saying goes, from here to hell and back. I need something concise. It's something I can do. I'll read and then do the questions at the end, which I find to be helpful because I annotated in this book. When I would find the answer, I would write it down and I just put the where it was. And it gives you selected cases, for example, so-and-so versus Wade, well, I was going to say Roe versus Wade, but I didn't really want to say that, but, it gives you discussion, questions, and projects you can work on in groups. That really didn't apply to me because I was doing this one-sided through a computer, online, and just emailing the professor back and forth, who lives in Miami. Jealous. But still, it gives you the questions at the end, and you just justify why you think that. And there's something called hypotheticals. For example, X decides to walk into a bar and becomes drunk, and leaves and becomes abusive and takes someone out. That's not in here. This is something I'm making up off the top of my head. and so-and-so decides to, how would you go about that? If I was to be their paralegal or whatnot, or not even their lawyer, how would I handle that case? Well, if you were drunk, or if you're, rocker, and you went out and smacked somebody, but you're being sued for you're being sued for it, how would we go about that? How could I ethically go about that? The chapters are concise. Not all of them, but most of the chapters are concise. There's, I think, 11 of them, and really, it breaks it down for you in the table of contents where everything is, and most of this here, regulation of lawyers and paralegals, the early practice of law, unauthorized practices of law, confidentiality, conflict of interest. That was a heck of a chapter. Advertising and solicitation. Yeah, basically, way back when lawyers really could not advertise except for maybe a small thing in the post, in the newspaper. They could put something like this. Now you ride along all the highways and see all these signs, billboards, divorce lawyer, this, that, the other thing, or whatnot. Another thing I realized is a paralegal is not an actual lawyer. A paralegal is basically a lawyer's assistant, someone who helps a lawyer prepare the paperwork, because lawyers have a ton of paperwork they have to read, look at, go through, and sometimes they just have to scrap it, start all over again. Because they, from what they're being told, from the clues that have been given to them, from the information that was given to them, they have to have it where they can, it's hard to, honestly, it's very hard to explain. I don't see myself going off to study jurisprudence and getting a JD degree. I don't see myself doing that. But I took, I took this class and another one now because I wanted just to have a better awareness of what these people do and become certified in this program. And that way I can, from where I work, I provide reference work. I work at a library. I can say, oh, by the way, I know where you can go for that kind of thing, and they don't have to come back at me from HR and say, well, why'd you say that? Because they have a copy of my certificate that states I can say this and know what I'm talking about. Not look, it's not just go to Wikipedia, which we never do, because most of us here are literature majors. We don't go to Wikipedia. We go to regular good sources like .com, not .com. .org, .gov, .edu. Those are what I'll go to. I don't do .com if I can help it, because I use some of those websites as well. And there's also a website called the ABA, American Bar Association. That helped me out too with this class. It was completely, voluntary. Can't talk, but still, I had a good time with doing this. And even though it was extra work, it was, do it in your own time, and just, put what you put into the class is what you get out of it. And again, it's great to enhance your resume. It's also terrific to have as a personal achievement, something you could say, well, I never made it to Harvard or Yale, but I did get that certificate in some kind of, you have some basic knowledge that you never thought you would have had. And a lot of it is common sense, too. And there are programs that are offered for paralegals. And paralegals, even though they're not lawyers, in some states they can do a cross-examination, but they need to be supervised from, whatnot. They need, I really did not go into too much detail here. So, again, this book, if you're thinking about taking an online course or just taking a course in general about ethics and law and, paralegal studies, I would highly recommend this book because it does give you case questions you can do at the end. It gives you hypotheticals, like I said. It is a little lengthy at times, I'll admit, but it does help you. And again, if I was to rate it, I'm not really supposed to rate a textbook, but I would give it a 10 out of 10. So, excuse me, again, Concise Guide to Paralegal Ethics, 2nd edition, Aspen College Series. I got this used on Amazon. And thank you to those who work at Amazon. Thank you so very much for helping people like us get what we need. So, Really, quick shout out to the people who work at Amazon, those who work in those warehouses. All right, again, this has been an episode of Literary Gladiators. If it is written work, which this is, it's game, so that's why I covered that. And for those who do want to study this topic or who may need help choosing a book, I would choose this book. That's just me personally. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Charlie, and I hope you all have a great day or night, wherever part of the world you're from, and see you next time.